Hey guys, welcome back to AI, the Somnium files. We are getting ready to have a look inside Mayumi's head. Let's do it!
What happened?
The Psync Machine isn't operating to capacity.
What?
Yesterday's Psync, well, suffice to say, Ota and Date were not too compatible.
Compatible?
I'll give you the big picture. To get the synchronization working properly, I had to push the machine pretty hard.
Okay.
And now, it's not responding.
Are you kidding me?
How long will it take to fix?
16 hours, at least.
Okay, I thought we were going into that Somnium right
We've
away.
got 8.
But that's impossible.
So we can't sync yet, huh?
But we need to, or this investigation is going nowhere.
Date, I suggest we go to Matsushita Diner. We may be able to find some clues.
Good idea.
Alright, I thought we were syncing right away, but we are not. Okay, so let's investigate then. I let boss and Pewter know.
Pewter, we're counting on you for those repairs. I'll be back in 6 hours.
But you said 8. Please, you have to give me at least 8.
That Pewter, always so humble. He'll have it done in 6.
Yeah, Pewter is just that kind of guy, you know?
Hey!
Oh.
This is a hostile work environment!
Poor Pewter. We know you are kind of involved in this, so I guess we won't show too much mercy
Why
here.
would Mayumi lie?
She is probably protecting someone.
Yeah, Ota.
But who?
Surely you know by now. There is only one person Mayumi would want to protect that badly.
Yeah, I think it's Ota, but
It's Ota.
It has to be.
Does Mayumi think Ota is the killer?
Last night, Ota left Matsushita Diner with Iris. Mayumi saw the whole thing.
But Ota was stabbed in the stomach by the culprit. Does Mayumi not remember that?
No, that isn't quite it. It is possible that she thinks Ota is responsible for everything.
She thinks Ota stabbed himself?
Yes.
Why would he do that?
to make a diversion.
Before I explain, I would like to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the possibility that Ota is the new Cyclops killer?
Impossible.
Why?
Why can't Ota be the culprit? In yesterday's Somnium, Ota and the polar bear, the van stolen in Famisto, Iris had her eye taken out. I think it's the van.
The van was stolen while Iris was in the passenger seat. We know that whoever did it is the culprit we're looking for.
There is a chance that Iris was not in the passenger seat. She could have been driving.
How so?
Iris could have taken the wheel herself and driven to the warehouse.
True.
But forensics only found Ota's fingerprints on the wheel.
That can be explained. It is possible that Iris covered her fingertips with her sleeves.
Very unlikely though. Iris had her eye taken out. What about the Somnium first? I think it's Somnium is more likely.
In yesterday's Somnium, Ota and the polar bear.
That was just a dream. It doesn't necessarily reflect what happened in reality.
Okay, so it has to be the eye.
Iris had her left eye pulled out. Ota would never do that.
Have you considered that she pulled it out herself?
What?
Or even asked Ota to do it? Perhaps she ordered him to.
I don't understand.
In short, Ota and Iris are accomplices. This was all a performance.
A performance?
Iris drove the Matsushitas van. Ota drove the station wagon. They went to the warehouse separately. Then, they prepared the live stream. Iris anesthetized her left eye and removed it. Either that, or she asked Ota to extract it. After that, Iris took her position on the table, and Ota donned the polar bear costume and started the saw. Consider this. In the stream, Ota and the polar bear were never on screen at the same time.
That is true.
True. That means Ota went off camera, took off the costume, and then...
Yeah, I already had that suspicion when we didn't even know there's a flowchart and multiple possibilities of multiple worlds in this game. So that might be actually the case. I think at least.
Stay away from Tessa!
Perhaps Mayumi witnessed the entire event. It is also possible that Mayumi knew what the two were up to.
So she lied to protect Ota.
Yes, but this is only a theory.
Why would they do that?
Consider the possibility that Iris killed Shoko and Renju.
Then, this whole thing was to get her off the suspects list. That's why she pulled out her eye and had Ota stab himself. It makes it look like there's another criminal involved.
I will repeat myself in saying that this is only a theory. It is one of many possibilities.
It's possible, but I don't think it's very likely. They wouldn't go that far just to avoid suspicion.
Date, you must consider the mental state of the serial killer. Shoko and Renju were both exposed and displayed. And they both had their left eye removed while they were still alive. Whoever our killer is, it is clear that they are sociopathic or even psychotic.
We can't rule anything out.
Things are getting even dicier. They were dicey already, but now? Alright, so let's have a look around at Matsushita Diner. And see what we can find, maybe.
Ota? Why are you...
Why did you arrest Mom? You said you were gonna clear her! Why?
Poor guy. Is he the killer? I don't think so. I still don't think that he is the killer. Okay, we're gonna talk to him straight away. Are you worried about Iris? Are you worried about Mayumi? You doing okay? Why are you here? You doing okay? We're gonna start with that.
Okay? How could I be okay? I got stabbed by a serial killer!
Easy, kid. You're gonna open up your stitches.
Alright, why are you here?
When I was in the hospital, the police came to me. They told me that my mom confessed. I couldn't believe it, so I went to the police station. But because she was under investigation, they wouldn't let me see her. After that, I didn't feel like going back to the hospital. That's why I'm here.
It's not like Mayumi is under arrest.
You asked me why your mom was arrested earlier, but she isn't under arrest.
What?
I spoke with her as part of my investigation, yes. But as a source of valuable information, not as a suspect. Mayumi confessed, but it's highly likely that she's lying. So we haven't issued a warrant for her arrest.
That's what I've been saying! Mom didn't do it, she's innocent!
Is Iris the criminal?
Word is going around. Maybe Iris was the one who killed Shoko and Renju. And you and her planned this warehouse incident to get her off our suspects list.
No way! Tessa had her eye.
She could have pulled it out herself, or asked you to do it.
You're kidding me, right? Do you really think I would do that? I was fighting for my life against the criminal!
That wasn't caught on camera, though. Neither was the part where you got stabbed.
You're saying that I stabbed myself?
It wouldn't be the first time you faked something, would it, Ota?
That's true.
You...
Did you stage the warehouse incident?
I'm telling you I didn't!
Then why is Mayumi protecting you?
Mom is protecting me?
Your mother is stubborn. She's lying to us because she's protecting someone. The only person I can think of would be you.
Why?
Apparently, she thinks that you're the criminal.
Why would she think that?
Your guess is as good as mine. Got any ideas?
Maybe because of her condition. Mom has dementia. Maybe her memory is just mixed up.
About Mayumi's dementia.
Everything is my fault. It's because of me that Mom is... I know how it looks now, but back in the day, the diner was doing pretty good. You know Bloom Park is close by here, right? People who visited the park would stop here a lot. But ever since the explosion 8 years ago...
The chemical plant accident?
Yeah, we're just barely outside of the restricted area, but because Bloom Park closed, the number of customers dropped by a lot. The diner didn't last much longer. When this place closed, Dad started working at a Chinese restaurant chain during the day, and he was a security guard and traffic cop at night. Mom worked as a janitor, and we're both working hard and barely got any sleep.
And you?
I was just a high school student at the time. I was such a dumbass.
Well,
I thought it was totally normal to have both parents working, so I didn't even get a part-time job. And they bought me a PC and idol concert tickets. I had it good, but we were drowning in debt.
dead?
There's a loan on the house and the diner. Mom and Dad didn't let this place go. There are too many memories here to give it up. So they slaved day and night to keep it open. They worked and worked and worked. Thanks to them, I was even able to go to a good university, but right after I started, Dad...
Passed away?
Yeah, he had a heart attack. From overwork. But even then, I didn't get it, you know? I didn't appreciate how hard they worked for me. Even when I wasn't taking college seriously and getting bad grades, my mom didn't say a thing. She just smiled and told me that it was okay, even when I told her I was going to drop out.
Oh.
Mom, I'm thinking of dropping out of college.
What? Why do you want to do that, Ota?
I decided that I'm going to become a writer.
Wow, a writer? Well, that's a good goal to have. But you really should finish college. You worked so hard to get in.
You don't understand, Mom. A writer has to put all of their time. I won't have time to go to classes.
Sorry, okay, so he has to put all of the time in there. I just clicked. Sorry.
Plus, I'm friends with the editor of a publishing company. I'm definitely going to have my first book published.
Yeah.
Is that right? Well, Ota, if you say so, I won't stop you. Do what makes you happy. You'll turn out just fine. I know you can do it.
Oh, she's just such a good mother.
No matter what happens, Mom will always be on your side, okay? Forever and ever. I'll always support you, Ota.
I kind of now hate Ota because he seems to be like a spoiled brat, and now, it's just now that he gets it. You lied about the editor thing, right?
Yeah, how do you guess? It was really just a few texts back and forth. But I was thrilled. I thought I could make it as a writer because of that. But it's impossible. I know there's no way I can be a writer. I've never even finished writing a novel. Not even once. I always give up after the first 5,000 words.
But 5,000 words? At least you get started.
To even apply for the amateurs contest, you have to submit 10 times that. But Mom, she kept supporting me.
When did Mayumi's illness start?
Not long after I quit college, Mom was always smiling at me. But I think she was starting to slip mentally. One day.
Oh, what's wrong, Ota? Do you have the day off from school?
Are you being sarcastic?
Oh, right. You don't attend anymore. Oopsie, I totally forgot.
How can you forget your own son's career choice?
Sorry. Anyway, are you hungry? You haven't eaten anything since this morning, have you?
Are you kidding?
What?
I ate breakfast and lunch already.
Oh, did you? By the way, Ota, what's living at the dorms like?
Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not teasing you, honey.
Don't fuck with me!
Listen to the rest of the story.
Mom got sick because I'm such a piece of shit. I was only thinking about myself. I didn't take care of her. I was so stupid, I didn't realize she was sick. I thought she was messing with me. I was so cruel to her for no reason. And she got worse and worse.
About that picture.
What's that picture?
Ota turned the photo frame to me so I could see.
Looking at this photo reminds me. One time, when I was a kid, I said something really bad to Mom and Dad, and they scolded me for it. And it's not like it was an apology or anything, but Dad and I gave her a Mother's Day gift. My mom was so happy that she cried. That's what this photo is from.
Why did it turn out like this? I'm such a bad son.
Hey, Aiba.
What is it?
I don't like Ota one bit, but I can't imagine that this guy's the criminal.
Why is that?
Hearing his story made me think that he's not such a bad guy.
Your presumption is illogical.
Human beings are illogical. We're not like you AI, we can't be logical all the time. But we make up for it in one very important way.
What is that?
Intuition.
Do you find that useful?
At times. Aiba, let's go back to the cold storage warehouse. We might be missing something.
Understood.
Oh, Ota. Okay, so back to the cold storage warehouse, huh? What might have we missed? Huh.
Date, weren't you going to check the warehouse?
I was, but a thought occurred to me.
And that would be?
Aiba, are you sure that Ota took this car?
As I've already explained, the security cameras at the Famisto parking lot saw the entire incident clearly.
So it was definitely Ota who drove it here.
Why are you stating the obvious?
Okay. And the
Aiba,
van?
who drove the van here?
There are two possibilities. Either Iris or the criminal who kidnapped Iris.
And Mayumi?
Considering the time that she purchased the chocolate, that would be almost impossible. The van was hijacked from the Famisto parking lot at 10:32 p.m. At that time, Mayumi was in the 812 convenience store more than 100 yards away.
We found the chocolate Mayumi bought on the floor of the cold storage warehouse. But that doesn't prove she was actually at the scene. If she was, how did she get here? She wasn't in the van or the station wagon.
Of course, a different car. I will search for all vehicles that were in this area from Sunday night to Monday morning.
Aiba connected to the end system server and began her research. She got a result in no time.
Found one hit. A taxi.
Where's that taxi now?
It is parked in Lemniscate's parking lot.
At Lemniscate? Why?
Unknown, but we should speak with the driver immediately.
I agree. Let's go.
Hey, got a minute?
Are you talking to moi?
Moi?
Date, now is not the time to be distracted by this old man's diction.
Mind if I ask you what you're doing here?
Moi? I am but a humble taxicab driver.
There we go.
Okay.
I'm with the police. I have some questions for you.
So at the reception desk. Oh, we can talk to her about Iris.
What? You're too far away. I can't hear you.
I walk closer to the receptionist.
I
Oh.
can't believe Tessa became a victim too. It's like, seriously, can you not? What if I'm next? Freaks me out. Date, could you introduce me to some big, strong man who can protect me?
Nah, I'm sure you'll be fine on your own.
No, I'll totally die.
Oh, she's so stupid. Okay, we can keep talking to her, right? Is it business as usual here?
What? You got?
Yeah, sure. Walk closer.
Well, what can I say, you know? The biz is harsh, schedules are tight. If we shut down for even a day, we'd throw everyone else's schedules off. So they want to avoid that, of course.
Mm-hmm. And the last question, do you want to get some food sometime?
Huh?
Yeah, we're gonna walk over.
Oh, you asked me out before, didn't you? But it's kind of complicated. I told you, I am reptilian.
But you were just joking, right?
No, I'm serious.
Okay.
I only eat vegetables.
I am fairly sure she means vegetarian.
I agree. Okay, the receptionist sitting there. Alright, so let's have a look at the driver. Look at him. A self-employed taxi driver. Where are you from?
I was born in Kawago, Saitama.
And why do you talk like that?
I don't know what you mean. I've spoken this way all my life. My parents speak with the same vernacular.
Oh, very well spoken. What are you doing here?
I have just finished conveying my client from Tameke Sano's studio. I was informed that the visit here would be brief, and thus I have decided to wait in this lobby.
About Mayumi. Before I arrived at Lemniscate, I got a picture of Mayumi from Abyss. I showed it to the driver.
Did you drive this passenger on Sunday night?
Ooh, I did indeed. I remember her well. The old hag.
Old hag?
Oh, that's not very
I took her
nice.
on a tour of the streets of Tokyo. Our ultimate destination was the warehouse district in Ariake.
Why didn't you report this to the police?
Reported?
You don't know about the incident at the cold storage warehouse? It was all over the news.
No, I'm afraid not. Newspapers and television news programs have never been much of an interest to moi.
Describe what happened with Mayumi.
I recall it was around 10 in the evening. Near the Kabasaki district, an unassuming restaurant named Matsushita Diner. That's where I picked up the old hag. And as soon as she stepped foot in my conveyance, she was already barking orders at me. Follow that van, hurry! I must admit, I found it rather exciting, just like an old chase film. I, of course, insisted that I be paid up front. We pursued the van for roughly half an hour. Suddenly, the van came to a halt at a convenience store.
The Famisto along Koshu, right?
Precisely right. I am surprised you know that. In any case, I knew that the jig would be up if we were seen following the van, so I decided to drive past it. I parked at the 8 store, but 100 yards from there, while waiting for the object of our pursuit to make its next move. The old hag suddenly spoke up. I have to buy something, she declared, then made her way into the 8.
This must be when Mayumi bought the Odoroki Man chocolate.
A few minutes later, the old hag finished making her purchases and walked out. And then, at that very moment, I witnessed the van jet off at great speed down Koshu. I hurried the old hag inside my vehicle, then resumed the chase. We followed them for roughly half an hour more.
I see. If the driver's story is correct, Mayumi did not know that Oto was left behind at the Famisto.
Mayumi thought Oto was in the van the whole time.
Listen to the rest of the story.
We then arrived at a splendid manor. The van entered the premises through the front gate and disappeared from view. We, of course, could not follow, so we waited outside. I estimate another 10 minutes passed. The front gate opened once again, and the van drove out, and we pursued. But 30 minutes later, our pursuit was foiled again.
What happened?
The van drove into the restricted Kawasaki district. The old hag, of course, demanded that I follow, but I was not about to risk my license and livelihood. Instead, I parked on the road and waited for the van to drive back the way it came. But of course, we knew it might not take the same road back. In fact, we were not even sure the van would be coming back at all. But the old hag was not keen on giving up, so we began our stakeout.
Alright guys, but I'm really sorry. We will have to listen to the rest of the story on the next episode of AI The Somnium Files, because we have hit the end of the episode mark. If you want to know what the story is, you'll have to tune in next time for AI The Somnium Files. See you then.